Yeah, look, we've had a really good week at training so far. First time for a while that the City Oval's been in good condition for us to get out and train on Tuesday night. So we had a really good session last night and preparing well for this week.
Feeling extra pressure going in as favourites?
No, I don't even know. Last time we played Sunbury, they beat us by 8 goals, so I'm not sure whether we're favourites or not. The time before that, we had a good win against them, but who knows who's favourites really. Last time they beat us quite easily, so hopefully we can bounce back from that.
Beautiful. And who are you watching from Sunbury? Who are you going to have to match up on?
Yeah, look, Sunbury have got some really good players right across the board. Obviously they've got some good midfield players and also some quality players around the forward line. But obviously, the likes of Brett Chambers off half-back, and also each time we've played Sunbury this year, Joel Risk has played extremely well off half-back, so we'll look to try and close those players down where we can.
Fantastic. And any big ins or outs for you guys?
Yeah, we'll have a couple of changes this week. We had a few players that didn't play, and also, we had a couple of injuries as well from last week, but there'll be, 2 or 3 changes.
Fantastic. And what are you guys going to have to do to win this week? Obviously, some huge battles between these two teams
last both times this year that we've played Sunbury, the team that I think that's won the contested footy has gone on to win the game. Earlier in the year when we played here, we got on top in the contested footy and were able to win the game. When we played down there at Sunbury, it was worked around the other way. They completely dominated us in contested footy and won quite easy. So I think the side that can, win the contested footy in tight will win the finals footy.
Beautiful. And who's really been stepping up for you guys this year as well?
Look, there's a lot of players have played well in different parts of the year. But when you get to finals footy, your good players, they usually always play well. It's about, I think, players that may not have been in the side all year, that they can come into the side and really play their role. So we'll be looking to our younger type of players that have been picked the last 3 or 4 weeks and have played well to really play their role again for the side.
Is it like deja vu, Sunbury versus Redan, same old Sunbury, same old Redan, same old results as far as you're concerned?
Don't think so, Gap. We've got some different players from last year when we played them in finals times, and they've got some different players as well. So every game's a different game within itself, a different contest. So we're looking to, like I said, to win that contested footy is the way you win finals footy.
Nathan Horbury, is he gone for the year as far as you're concerned?
No, Nathan won't play this week. He got injured on Saturday, which injuries aren't great, but everyone gets injuries at this time of year and no one has a full list to pick from. But Nathan was at training last night, wandered around, kicked the footy a little bit. I'd be quite confident to say that he'd be pushing for selection come next week.
It was a shoulder injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
I guess he's clearly an out this week. He said he wouldn't be playing. Who comes back in? Is he going to be replaced by one of the North Ballarat guys, or?
Look, we've got a couple of players coming back. Lee Ryle, he'll be available again. He was just sick last week with the dreaded flu that's sort of been going around Ballarat. Also, there's a couple of boys now available from North Ballarat, from the VFL, that have finished their season with them. So, look, and also our reserves this year have been extremely important as well. So there's a number of players that we can pick from, but to come back into the side.
And finally, who will play that? Who do you see playing that Nathan Horbury role? Because he's been pretty pivotal in this particular game. Who do you see being that half-back sort of player?
Look, to tell you the truth, Nathan Horbury's played the majority of the year on the footy. The way he plays, it might look like he plays off half-back, but he's been an important part of our midfield. We'll be looking for a number of players to be able to fill that role. Grant Bell, Brenton Reardon to play midfield at different times as well. So I won't rely on one player. Yes, Nathan is a good player, but we're more than confident with the list that we've got to be able to pick the 22 players to get the job done.
Sweet, thank you.
How important's the week off?
If we win this week, I think we've got to play again next week, so we don't get a week off. So, yeah.
Just lastly, what are you taking from the loss that you had earlier in the season to Sunbury? You guys are both 1-1 each, so.
Yep. Look, like I said before, when we played Sunbury down there, we got smashed at contested footy. When we played Sunbury up here, we won the contested footy. Finals footy is pretty simple. if you're able to win that contested footy, you get first use of the footy. 9 times out of 10, the team that wins contested footy will actually win the game. So that's what we'll be trying to do, back our midfield to give us first use of the footy.
Okay, well, good.
Beautiful. How important is this final series for you guys going into this one after, just 2 points in it at the end of last year?
No, I don't think last year. The only thing we take out of last year is the experience of the finals. Once again we're playing the mighty Redan. Only lost 1 game for the year. So hopefully, I think our younger players probably got a bit of experience from last year. They won't be overawed as much as what they were last year. We're a bit different group too.
Yeah, and what have been the biggest changes from this year that you guys, the team?
Probably the youth. Bit smaller side this year. We've lost a few of our tools in the pre-season. We've had to adapt to that in our game plan. I think you'll find that the Ballarat Football League this year has been very, very competitive, and if you're not on the day, you'll get beat. Doesn't matter which side.
Do you see any big ins or outs for you guys as well?
Xavier Linton won't come back. He's got the same shoulder injury as Aubrey, which is a real shame because both of those were probably in the better players. Young Nath got best player last time we played in the losing side, so that's a big loss for them. But no doubt someone else will, Curry or Whalen, step up. So it'll be a good game.
What are you going to have to do to win this week?
Well, I think Gilly hit it on the head. You've got to win the contested ball against Redan and not allow them to run.
Do you think?
Catch up.
And so what preparations have you guys been putting into that? It seems that's pivotal in the last...
Well, our last month since we've had the bye has been, we've worked hard on a real contested brand, less free flowing, getting forward of the ball. That's just the old Sunbury style, and we've worked hard on rectifying that. So I think you'll find it'll be a real contested game. The old rivals, they won 6 out of 10 last premiership, so it's pretty good.
You guys have a good chance, of course.
Haven't beat them in the final since 2004.
Yeah, and so with that, what does that feel like,
Different group.
Different group, yeah.
No, I just said that for Gilly's fun.
And how are some of you guys do have a lot of young guys, how are they kind of feeling going into this?
Yeah, they're exciting. We trained really well last night. We rested a few against Ballarat last week. Cheapy, Lobby, Sullivan, Zamet was suspended. He'll come back from that. So, we'll have a few ins from last week's team.
It's been pointed out to me that Sunbury hasn't won at Eastern Oval for a couple of years. Is that any sort of concern?
No, it's been resurfaced. Beautiful ground.
Yeah, okay. Do you think the winner of this game is a lock to play in the grand final? Is this game that important with regard to that?
No, it's very important, but I wouldn't lock in the winner of the game to win the premiership. A lot of other teams that want to have a bearing on that. Been very close this year. There's probably, like I've said, 5 teams that I thought could win it.
But how much is an advantage to have that second semi-final?
Momentum. I think if you can get past Redan this week, win the next one, you get a week off. So it's handy.
Is it
It's too far to look ahead though, Gav.
Okay.
We're just looking at Saturday.
And finally, all of those blokes that were rested are they're all coming back in.
They'll all play.
I just had one other question. Last year at this time, I guess, was when Nick Bye became a factor. Is Paddy confident that he can turn the tables this final series?
Well, I hope he plays like he did at the last game. Well, I'd be happy if Paddy Karras plays the way he did last time we played Redan.
Okay.
But I don't think Bye will play as bad as he did.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a fair point?
Yeah, he's a bit fitter this time.
Thanks.
Rick, it's funny in a way. Last year, Redan was chasing you guys and you put up at the end of the year, and now it seems like it might be the other way around. Is there less pressure on that way since you're chasing their tail for change?
Yeah, it's a complete turnaround. Last year we were up and going halfway through the year and we kind of petered out near the end. Last home and away game we lost, our only game for the year. We got 3 injuries out of that game. You know, Cheaper didn't play, Sewell didn't play again. This year it's been a bit different. We've had our injuries early in the year. When we played Redan in the first time, we had 7 players out. Those 7 players played last game and made a hell of a difference. So I think it's going to be a really good game because we've take out those 2 injuries, you're probably nearly at full strength both sides.
You must be sick of Redan.
No, I've got huge respect for Redan. It's second year in the league and like they're a very, very good club, on field and off. We model ourselves on them a bit.
So,
Can I just grab a comment from both of you about how it is such a competitive top 6 as well? Each team is playing each other in the finals. They've obviously won one and lost one to each other. Can you just have a comment on, you know, if you're having a bad day or you drop a game or something like that, then you know you can be out straight away.
Yeah, you've got to be on your ball. Like, if you're not on, you'll get beaten, and especially in finals footy. So, it'd be worth paying your money to come watch.
Yeah, like Rick said, you got to be on your ball. The top 6 is extremely close. You know, both times Ballarat finished 6 this year. Both times we played Ballarat, they were in front against us at half time. So it just shows, you know, how close the competition is. I honestly believe that any one of the 6 sides in the final 6 could actually win the premiership.
Is that different to previous years, you think? It's closer than previous years?
Yeah, I think so, Gav. Yeah, a lot closer than others.